This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, good morning all. So in this tutorial, we will learn how to create different types of list in HTML. So in this tutorial, I would like to explain. So HTML list items, and we have HTML images. This topic is going to explain in this video session. So coming to HTML list, so there are three different types of list available in a HTML. So there are unordered list, there are unordered list. So we have unordered list, and ordered list, we have order list, and we have description list. Description list. So we have description list, description list here. So like this, there are three types of list available. So unordered list, order list, description list. So here unordered list will unordered list. It is used to create the list for related items, no particular order. No particular order for this unordered list. So for the order list, it is used to create the list related items in a specific order. So it will give the specific order wise. Likewise, we can follow the order for the order list. So description list is used to create the a list of terms on the description inside of. So in the description, we can take the description term. This term is defined by the description term definition. So inside we have a terms is there. The term is defined by the description term definition. So like this, we're having the three types of list in the HTML. Now we just create, I just show the example for this unordered list, order list, and description list. How to create an order list, and description list. So here I'm using this Visual Studio. So I'm just open this Visual Studio here. So here I'm just taking the new program here. I'm just saving new program, HTML list here. HTML list, or else you can write list items. So list.html. So click on this save. Now HTML list is saved. So here I'm taking new program. So I'm just typing this new program here. If you don't want this one, just put it in the comments. So this one we don't want, just put it in the comments. Now here we can change this title. So we can change this title to list item. List item. So in this list items, first we need to create unordered list. So unordered list, how do we create an unordered list here? So for this unordered list, I take a comment here. So here I'm writing unordered on unordered list. So in this unordered list, so unordered list are created using UL tag. So UL is a stands for unordered list. So like this, we can take the UL tag here. So in this UL tag, we can write inside of this UL tag, we can write with li. Li is the representation of list here. So like this, we can take the UL and list items. So here for this list item, I'm just writing. So for this list item, I'm just writing. So here we're just writing the text here. I'm just writing list. I'm taking chocolate cake. So I'm taking the chocolate cake. So here I'm taking one more li. So here I'm taking one more li. So in this li, we can place like Black Forest. I'm taking the example Black Forest. So I'm taking the Black Forest cake. So after that, I'm taking one more li. So li. So in this, I'm taking. So here I'm taking pineapple Okay. Next, I'm taking one more li. So I'm taking the li here. So for this li, I'm just taking orange cake. So look at this one. I'm just creating the another list. The another list is take with UL tag. Inside of UL tag, we can write the li tag. So li stands for list items. So this is a list items. We can run this on the browser. Just you can run this one on the browser. If you run this one on the browser, there you get list items here. I'll just increase this size here. So there you get the list items here. So like this, the another list will be work here. I just put it in the, so for your understanding, I'm just taking h1 tag. So instead of here, you can take the h1 tag, or you can take outside of this one also. So here I'm taking the another list. So this is another list. If you run this one on the browser, see we have another list. In this another list, we just write chocolate cake, black forest cake, pineapple cake, and orange cake. Like this, we can create the another list. So here, so for this another list, so I'm take one more copy for this another list. So in this another list, look at this. I'm just copy this one. So here, look at this one. They're having the bullet symbols. They're having the bullet symbol. So we need to take, or else we need to remove this bullet symbols. We need to remove this bullet symbols. So we have a property like to removing the bullet symbols. So here I'm just typing. So here, so for this h1, I'm just writing removing the bullet symbol. So removing the bullet symbols. So here we need to do, so for removing these bullet symbols, so here we need to do that. We need to do, so we just run this one. So we need to do that. Here we're just removing this bullet symbol. This is a list items, right? So this is a list items, and this type will be like this style type will be dot symbol. So here we take inline style. For this UL tag, we can take inline style. So here I'm taking style tag, style, style equal to. So here, so we are writing the list items. Here I'm taking the list style type, which type you want. So here I'm nothing one. So if you write the none here, now you can refresh this browser. So here you refresh this one, look at this one. So we just remove the bullet symbols. Like this, we can remove the bullet symbol for the list item. Here, instead of, I'm just copy this one. So instead of taking these bullet symbols, so we have, so we need to kept, so here we take bullet symbol, right? How can you place the square symbols? Like how can you take any symbol place? So how can you change this? Change the symbol. So we can change the symbol, change the symbols. Now just run this on the browser. So here we have nothing there, nothing is there, right? So here we can change the symbol, this bullet symbol to square symbol here. So here for this changing the square symbol, you just open this one, list style type. So here instead of writing this none here, here I'm writing the square here. Now refresh this browser. Now refresh this font. So look at this, they're having squares font. So change the symbols using squares. So removing the bullet symbols, we have list style type none here. Next, so we can also change this one. We can change the symbol to square here. Square. We can change the symbol to circle also. So here I'm just changing this circle. So here, just changing the symbols, changing this type of symbols to circle. So if you write the circle, look at this one. So there you got the circles here. If you refresh this one and go down here, so look at this one. So there you get, circles here. So like this, we can change the circles also. Now we need to give. So here for the unordered list, we need to give numerical numbers. Numerical numbers. So applying the numerical numbers or alphabets for this UL. So I'm just taking this UL. I'm just taking this UL tag. Next, we just copy this UL tag. So here I'm just writing numerical number like here. So we have upper alpha, Latin, Roman here. So for changing this upper alpha, so I'm just writing the upper alpha here, changing to alpha value, changing the alphabetical. Alphabetical. So for changing this alphabetical, look at this one. If you run this one on the browser, so just refresh this one and go down here. So there you get alphabetical. Like this, we can change this type also for another list. Now we can go for order list here. So how do you create an order list? So how do you create an order list? Here I'm taking the OL tag. So here I'm taking the H1, like this is the order list. So here I'm taking the H1. So for this H1, I'm taking order list. Order list. Order list. So for this order list, just refresh this one. So here we have order list. So for this order list, we need to write the order list syntax. So how do you create an order list? Order list is denoted with OL tag. So order list is denoted with OL tag. So here we take the OL. So inside of OL, here we take li tag. So here I'm taking the fruits names. So here inside of H1 I'm taking. So here order list with the order list with order. So here look at this one. Here I'm taking apple. So apple. Nice, I just copy this one. So here I need to change this fruit name to banana. Nice, we can change this type. So here I'm just giving grapes here. Nice, we can change this to orange. Nice, we have kiwi fruit. Kiwi. I'm taking the kiwi here. Now we can run this one on the browser. We just run this one on the browser. So if you run this one, so order list with the order having 1 to 3, like 1 2 3 4 5. Order list will be starts with like this alphabetical, like it will start from 1, like this it will end from so on, it will take the infinity. So like this we having order list. We can create the order list like this. So here in this order list we have a types is there, right? Like you want to place the, if you want to place like alphanumeric, like if you want to place Roman numbers, we can place using in the order list. So here we can change the type of this order. We need to change this type of this order. So for this type of this order, we just copy this order list. So I take this order list here. I just take this order list, copy this order list, and we can paste it here. So for this order list, so here we just write for the order list, we just write. So here introducing the list with, we can change this order, change the order with the type attribute, with using type attribute. So here in this OL, in this OL, we can use the type attribute here. Type is the attribute which type you want. So here in this type, we need, see, look at this one. They're having the numbers and they're having the capital ABC, small ABC, capital Roman, small Roman. So here we need a Roman letter. Here I'm taking the small I. Small I indicates that small Roman numbers. So here, look at this one. If you run this one here, so change the order with type. Look at this one. The order list having, the order list is having like Roman numbers. Look at this, they're Roman numbers. So if you want the capital Roman numbers, if you want to capital Roman, so we just copy this one and paste it here. So I take one more OL tag. So here I take one more OL tag. We just change this order. So here I'm taking the capital I. So capital I indicates that capital Roman numbers. If you run this one on the program, so if you run this one on the browser, look at this one. They're having the capital Roman numbers. See, look at this one. They're having the capital Roman numbers. So like this, we having capital Roman numbers. So if you want upper alpha, so we need upper alpha. Again, we can copy this OL tag. We just copy this OL tag and paste it here. Now we can change this order to, small abc. If you write the small abc, if you run this one here, look at this one. So they're having the small abc here. Look at this one. They're having the small abc. Like this, we can change the type of this order. So here, see, look at this. The order list. Have you noticed it here? So the order list starts from one itself. The order list starts from one itself. So if you don't want to start this one itself, you need to start from 10 onwards. We need to start from 20 onwards. We need to start from 30 onwards. So here, for start the order list, we can change this order list. So we can use here start. We can use the start attribute with the change this order with start attribute. So here we just write. So here I'm just writing start here. So we can start the order list with 10 onwards. The number 10 onwards. If you run this one, so or else if you want to change this one, if you want to start with 50 onwards, we can take the 50 here. Now we can run this one on the browser. So if you run this one on the browser, so look at this one. The change the order with start. So look at this one. So it will start from 50 onwards. 50, 51, 52, 53. So if you want to look at this one, if you want to start with 50, that too with Roman numbers. So we need to start with Roman numbers. So here I'm taking one more copy for this OL. So for this OL, so here we just type in capital I here, right? Capital I indicates that Roman numbers. That too, I'm just starting this one. Start with, I'm taking 100 here. I'm taking 100. Now we can run this one on the browser. So if you run this one on the browser, look at this one. So this will start the Roman numbers with 100 here. So here they're having the 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. So like this is calculated with the type attribute. Like we can start with 100 also. So look at this one. They're having the start. They start with 100. So now we need to apply. We need to apply. So like we need to print the reverse order for this order list. We need to print reverse order for another list. So order list. Here I'm taking one more copy for this one. So here we just take the copy for this OL. So here I don't want this type here. So we just remove this type. And here I'm just writing start here. I'm taking the start attribute. The start attribute will provide, then the start we can provide 100 here. Now we can change this order. So with the descending order, with descending. So descending means a decreasing manner. So descending order. So descending order, just write the attribute like reverse. So reverse is the attribute which will reverse the order for order list. Now we can run this one on the browser. So if you run this one on the browser, look at this one. They're having 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. Like this, we having the order list, unorder list in the HTML. Now we have this order list, unorder list. We have a inner list is there. So how to create the inner list? That is a nested list. So here, how do you create the nested list here? So I'm just writing the nested list. So for this nested list, how do you create this nested list? So list it in the list. And note here, important, in this OL tag, the OL tag itself, we don't want to take another OL tag. In the UL tag itself, we don't want to take another UL tag. So it is a quite relevant, right? Right, because in the block level element, again we can specify the block level element. It is not good method. So where we taken the inner list means inside of LIs. Inside of LIs, we can write the UL tag. Inside of OL, we didn't take the OL tag. Inside of UL, we didn't take the UL tag here. So here I'm just explaining this one. So I'm taking the UL tag here. So this is the UL tag, right? So here I'm taking the UL tag. So in the UL tag itself, you just write realize. I'm taking the one. So here I'm taking the one here. I'm just copying this one. So here I'm taking the one. So after that I'm taking the two tag, two. So here I'm taking the three, three. So here I'm taking the four, four here. Now I'm taking the five. So I'm taking the five here. So I am taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. If you run this one on the browser, just run this one on the browser. So look at this one. Just refresh this browser here. Go to here. Just refresh this one. So here there you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. For this order list, for this unordered list, we need to create a nested list for this one. So like one having the 1.1, 1.2 like this. So for creating this inner list, that is, so look here, I'm just taking this LIs. So click on this enter here. So inside of this LI, I can take the UL tag. So UL tag and I can take the LI. So in this LI, I'm just giving 1.1 here, 1.1. And I just copy this one. So we just copy this one. So here, 1.2 here, 1.2 here. So like this, we're having this 1.1, 1.2. If you run this one on the browser, so look at this one. So look at this one. They're having this nested list. So like this, we can create the nested list. So nested list is useful for the creating the drop downs. We can use the list items. So like this, we're having the list items here. And one more list is available, that is description list. So here, the description list will be taken as, so here I'm taking the H1. I'm just write the description list. So I'm just write the description list here. Description. So description list. So for this description list, so how do you create a description list here? Using this DL tag. DL tag stands for description list. Here we can take the DT. So DT is a description term which explain the term it. So for this term, which explain this term, we have DD is a DD tag. DD tag is for explaining this term with the definition. We have DD. Explaining the term with the definition is called DD. DT is description of term here. So for this description of term, we just write here. So here I'm just write for this here. I'm just write. So we just write here. I'm just bread jam, bread here. So for this bread is generated from like a baked food made by the a baked food baked food made by the rice flour. So flour, or else we can use flour. So like this. And we have one more item. So I'm taking one more DT. So in this DT, I'm just taking coffee here. So for this coffee, so we just write. So I'm taking the DT here. So this is a drink made from the roasted coffee beans. A drink a drink made by the roasted coffee bean. Coffee bean seeds. Like this we can have just explain the example for this one. That's it. So here we can run this one on the browser. Just run this one on the browser. So here look at this one. For the description list we having like this. So here description list I'm taking inside of this one, right? So we just got this one. We just got this. So inside of OL tag we can take this to you. Now we can write this. So look at this one. We just refresh this one. Yeah, description list. So description list having like this: a bread, a baked food made by the flour, and coffee, a drink made by the roasted coffee bean. So like this we're having the this order list, an order list, and description list in the HTML. So we have also available like a menu list. This is quite different from this one. So it is a enumerator. So like this having the list items. So here, as we discussed in the yesterday, so for this anchor tag, so how can you create link to the list items? Creating a link list items. So here I'm taking H1, creating linked HTML list. HTML list items. So how can you create this HTML list with a link tag? So that is link means hyperlinks. So here, so for creating this order list or another list, so we have a component like we have a UL navigation, like home component, about us component, services component, like this. So I'm just creating here some few components. So inside of li we can take the anchor tag. So like this we can provide the link for the link for list items. Here I'm just taking the home. Now we just copy these list items. So we just copy this one and pasted below this UL here. Now we just give this just changing this home, we just changing this to about us. About us. So like this we can provide the links for list items. Not only this one, we can create any of this one. So like this we can create the list items. Look at this one. We just created this list items using a link tag. Like this we can provide the link for list items. Look at this one. So li inside of that we can take the anchor tag. So we can also apply color for this list items also. For this color applying the list items. So here I'm writing the inline style. We can write the style tag. Style tag. Here we can write the color yellow here. So if you write the yellow here, if you run this one on the browser, so look at this on the top of this browser. So there you get the yellow list here. So like this we can also apply the color here. So we just give the background color for this body. So here I'm just writing background. So here I'm taking the style here, inline style. So for this style we can write the background color. So we just write the background color. So I'm taking the maroon here. Maroon. Now we just go for internal style sheet. Here we can write the internal style sheet using style tag. This is the internal style sheet. Internal style sheet. For this internal style sheet, we just write. So we just write the style tag here. Just writing the style tag. Instead of style tag, we are using H1, right? So for this H1, I'm just giving the color. Color. Here I'm just giving the white color. So white color. Now we can run this one on the browser. So look at this one. They're having a white color text. So we need to give same color for all the ULs. So here So for this OL, I'm just changing this color. So I'm just changing this color too. So for this maroon, we have to apply like green yellow. And here for this UL, we can write, so we can write khaki. Both are same, right? So we can write orchid. So I'm just write orchid here. So here, look at this one. This UL having the inline style like yellow. So we are writing the internal style sheet. So I told you that in the last previous classes, like style having this inline style having the highest priority. So that's why the first UL will be remain same. Next remaining ULs will be changes to orchid here. Now we can run this one on the browser. Look at this one. The ULs will be changes this color and OLs will be changes this green color. Look at this one. Like this we having now. We can apply the colors for list items. So like this, we can create the list items. So we list items are the block level elements. So we start. It will always start with new line, and it will be block level element. It will occupy the full width here. Next we have another chapter like another tutorial. So here HTML images. Next we have HTML images. So in this tutorial, so we will learn how to include images in the HTML document. So images are enhanced that it is a visual appearance for the web browsers by that is a more interesting and with colors. So like this we having the images tag. So is how to insert this image tag in the HTML means using this image tag. So we can insert this images in the HTML. So in these images we have like there are three types of images like GIF images, PNG images, and JPG images. So here image is an empty element. So that is used to insert the HTML. That is, we can use it to insert the images in the HTML. And it is does not having the closing tag. That is a so here in this image tag we can write the required alt attribute. This alt attribute provides the alternative text at the description of an image. So at the time that whenever the image is not displayed on the server, so not only server on the web pages, so at the time the alt tag will provide help for these images. At the time the alt text will be provided instead of image here. So in this image tag, we have a SRC attribute. SRC means source attribute. Source is we can give the resource path. Resource path means we can give the image names. So we can provide the image name using this image tag. The syntax for writing this image tag is, so syntax for writing this image tag. So we can take the image tag and we can take the SRC. So here we can write the SRC along with alt attribute. So here we can write the alt. Alt stands for alternative image. So here alt stands for alternative image. So it will require attribute to provide this description like this. So we can control this image using this height and width attribute, using height and width attribute. These two attributes will be used for these images to control the image size here. Now in these images we have, so in these images we have a picture element. So picture elements and we have figure tag, figure, figure tag and fig caption, fig, fig caption, and we have, so we have picture elements, figure caption, and we have a map here, image map. So like this, these three elements are available in the images. So how can I set the background image in the for the web browsers? So you know how to place the images. Images means like you can write image tag, SRC, alt attribute. So how can you set the background image? So here for writing the background image, for setting the background image in the HTML. So background images. So how can you set the background image for the HTML? So here is the syntax for the background image. We can write the background. We can write the background image. So here we can write the URL. So we can write the bracket. We can take the parenthesis. So in the parenthesis, we can provide this image name here. Image name here and the type here. Like this, we can create the background image in the HTML. We can show the example for these images here. Open this Visual Studio. So here I'm taking the new program. I'm just taking the new program. Just save this one, images, images.html. So click on this save. Now the program will be saved. I'm just typing this shortcut. So click on this enter. Now there you get the program here. We don't want to do this one. We just hide this one. We just hide this one. So here I'm just hiding this meta tag. So after that, so here we need to change this title here. Title to images. HTML images. So after that, so here we can take images. So I already download these images here. So look at this, we're having the images here. So without wasting time, just we can take the images here. So here I'm placing the images. So look at this one. So I'm taking image tag. So image syntax will starts with src and alt. Image is a like empty elements. So here we can provide the src. Src means source in that we can give the resource path here. Resource path means images names here. So we can use the alternative text. Alternative text means you can at the time that image is not displayed in the browser, the text will be displayed. So I will show the alternative text example. So here look at this one. We having jelly.jpg image. So here I'm just taking jelly dot. So here having the jpg, right? So I just change the order. I just change the png here. So here the image having only the jpg, but you are giving the png in the program. So look at this one, the alt tag, I'm just giving the alt tag as jellyfish. So this is a jellyfish. I'm just giving the alt as jellyfish here. Now you can run this one on the browser. So look at this one. If you run this one on the browser, look at this one. So there you get. So there you get the text here. So look at this one. There you get the text and image is not found. Why? Because you are mistaking the type here. So look at this one. So they're having alt tag here, but image is missing here. So I'm just reducing to. Now here we need to change here. We need to change this type to JPG. So I'm just changing this type to JPG. So image is the inline element. So it is not block level. It will take sufficient width here. If you refresh this one, so look at this one. They're having the image here. They're having image here. So like this, we can place the images in the HTML. This is JPG format, right? So we can control these images. We can control this image. So here, so we just give the height. So here I'm just giving the height. So height I'm taking the 400. And width also I'm just giving the width. Width I'm just giving 500. So look at this here. The height is a 400. If you give the directly 400, it will take the pixels itself. By default, it will take the pixel. Now you can refresh this one. See, look at this one. They're having the controls with image using this height and width here. Now, so here, this is the image, right? So we can take one more image. So I'm just copy this one. So here, we don't want to keep this height and width here. If we don't want this one. So we have a PNG images. So I have a PNG image. Look at this one. So for this PNG, so we have a like icons here. So here I'm just taking like icon, like dot PNG image, like dot PNG. So here we're just giving like, we're just giving the name as like here. Now you can run this one on the browser. So look at this one. If you run this one on the browser, so there you get icon here. So look at this one. There you get icon. If you want to increase this size, so we can give the here I'm just giving the width I'm taking. So here I'm just giving the 300 and the height. So we can change this 300. Now we can run this one on the browser. Just run this one on the browser. So look at this one, the image having. So like this, we can increase this image, we can decrease this image. So like this is a PNG image. This is a transparent image. Not only this one, we just give one more image also. We just remove this one. So we don't want this one. So we just give one more image also. So here we just have a flower. So we have a flower here. So for this flower, we just write. We have flower, right? There is no flower here. So here I'm just taking so here I'm just taking f2.png. So there is a image f2.png. So here we can write the alt tag as a flower. So we just write the flower here. Now you can refresh this one on the browser. So if you refresh this one, so look at this, they're having the PNG image. Like this, we're having the PNG image. So here, I just put it in the comments. So we have, so now I just uncomment this one. So we have a GIF images. So how can you place the GIF images? Same like this. We have a GIF images like, so we have here earth.gif here. So I'm just taking the earth.gif file. So here in just provided. Here I'm just provided earth here. Earth here. Now you can run this one on the browser. If you refresh this one, see, look at this one. They're having the GIF images. So like this, we can place these images in the HTML. Now, how can you place this background image? You just uncommented this one. You just commented this one. So we don't want this one. So here, how can you place this background image? So for placing this background image, so we directly take this body elements. Here in the body elements, we can provide this style tag. So here we can provide style tag. So here I've just provided style tag. Instead of style, we can give background image. We can write the background. We can write the background image. So here we just write the URL. So in this URL, we have the images, right? We have different types of images. So here I'm taking this nature image, nature.jpg, nature.jpg. Now you can run this one on the browser. If you run this one, look at this one. They're having the background image. Look at this here. The image is not fit for this body. That's why it will repeating here. If you decrease this one, see, there you get repetition of this image. Why? Because it is not fit for this browsers. So if you don't want to repeat this one, we have a property like, so we have a property like background repeat equal to no repeat. So this will be explained on the CSS, don't worry. So we can write the background repeat equal to no repeat, and we just write this one. So here for your understanding, just taking here, so background repeat. So here background repeat, we just write no repeat here. If we write the no repeat here, look at this one. If we refresh this one, so they're having only one image. Like this, we can give the background image. So we can apply the background image like this. So here we just uncommented this one. So we just remove this one. So we just remove this one. So here, look at this one. So how can you apply the, so how can you apply the link for images? So how can you apply the link for images? So here we taken the src GIF here. So for this GIF image, if anybody click on this GIF image, so it will redirect to the Google here. So here for creating this link, so for creating the link, so I'm just type here google.com here. So if you write this google.com, we just copy this link here. I just copy this link and I just close this. We don't want this one. So go to here, just create this anchor tag. How do you create the linked images? So I'm just taking the anchor tag. So in this anchor tag, I just provide the URL here. So we just provide the URL. Just provide the URL. Inside of this URL, so we need to put image here. We just take this one. We just cut this image, cut this at image, and paste it inside of here. So we just paste it inside of here. Now we just pasted inside of here. We can run this one. So we just run this one on the browser. Look at this one. If we run this one, right click on this one and go to click on this default browser. So I just look at this one. If you click on this, look at this one. If you hover on this one, the cursor will be changed to hand symbol, like it will be link here. Now just click on this one. Look at this. They're having link here. Like this, we can set these images here. Like this, we can set the images. So we can also take this image tag inside of list items. So here I'm taking the unordered list. So inside of this unordered list, we can take the list items. In the list items, we can provide the image here. So we just copy this image. We just copy this image and paste it here. So here I'm just pasted this one. So inside of this one, we just give the name, like we can change this name. So here I'm just changing this to f2.png. So I just copy this one, just copy this alias, and we can take this one here. Now here I'm just giving. So here we have images, right? So here I'm just giving like png l1 hated. So I'm just giving hated png. So here we can write emoji. So this is the emoji. This is emoji here. Now you can run this one on the browser. See, look at this one. They're having the images here. So we can paste the images inside of list items one. So here we can take the image tag. So like this, we can place the images inside of list items also. So here, I'm just reduce this size here. So we don't want to increase the size. Now it's enough. Now here, so like this, we can take these images. So we can also take inside of paragraph also, we can take these images here. So inside of paragraph, we can take image tag. So here I'm just copy this image and paste it here. Paste it. So here we just write like love.png. So here I'm just write love.png. If we run this one on the browser, see, look at this one. They're having the list items. So like this, we can place the images tags, the list items in the paragraphs. We can create the link for images. Like this, the images tag will be here. Work in the HTML. We just take here. I'm just explain. So background image, we can hide. We can control the image using height and width. We can give the anchor tag itself. We can go for this figure tag. So figure is a tag. So here figure tag is a self-contained element. Figure tag is a self-contained element. So it will give the along with, which contains that original image folder, like it will contain original syntax of the image. So after that, it provide the like figure caption will provide the caption for image. So here we just take the figure tag. So here I'm taking the h1. So for this h1, I'm just taking the figure tag. So figure tag is a self-contained element. It contains the image element. So in this figure tag, we just take the tag as a figure tag. In this figure tag, we can write the image tag. So src and alt here. For this src, we can write we have a we have images right here. We just take lots of images here. I'll just take so I'm just take the Gale PNG. So here we just write the Gale.jpg. Now here we just alt tag. So for this alt tag, we just write the alt, like we just write the Gale here. So after that, we can provide the figure caption, figure caption. So we just write figure caption. So fig caption. So for this fig caption, we can write this is a figure one. This is figure one. Now we can run this one on the browser. So if you run this one on the browser, so go to this browser and refresh this one. So just refresh this one. So look at this, the figure tag will provide like image. So after that, it will provide the figure here. It will provide the text here. So here we just ready this figure image. So here we just control this image to take the height equal to 400 and width equal to width equal to 400. So we just control this height and width using this width and height attribute. If you refresh this one, see, look at this one. So the figure tag will provide the figure, and here it will provide the caption here. So you look at this one, the figure tag will provide the caption. So this is a figure one. So like this, the figure tag will be worked here, and we have picture elements. So we have picture elements. So for picture elements, we just remove this all the tag. So picture element. So just this here. Now here the picture tag. Sometimes the scaling of images is up or down. It is very difficult to fit for different screens for the different images. We can use the picture tag. This picture tag that allows you to define the multiple versions of images to the large screens, to the small screens. For the different screens, you can set the picture tag. Using this picture tag, we can set the different types of different images. So we can use this picture tag. This picture tag element contains one or more source elements, or it will contain the 0 or more source element. In this, having the source elements and having at last we having image tag. At last we having original image syntax, having the image elements. Here the source elements have source and media elements will provide that which specifies the media for the conditions, like it will conditions for the browsers. So it will set the different images using this media tag. Using the media tag, we can write. The syntax for writing this picture tag is, so here syntax for writing picture tag. So we can take the picture. We can take the picture tag. Inside of picture tag, we can close this picture. Inside of this picture tag, so we can write. We can take the source. So in the source, we can write this media. So in this media, we can set minimum width. So we can set here min width or max width, like so pixels. So here, so we can set SRC set. SRC set means we can set the images in the screen size. So here SRC set will indicate the images here. So we can write image name dot which type it is. It is a PNG or JPG, whatever it is. So here like this we can provide the URL. So this picture tag will provide, so along with original syntax. So along with source, we have a original syntax. Like we can take the image SRC. So we take image SRC. In this SRC, we have this image type and we have provide alt tag. So like this, we're having this image and alt tag here. So like we can write the syntax for picture elements. Like we're having the syntax for the picture elements. Now we can explain this one, the Visual Studio. I'm taking the example here. So just writing the picture tag. So here is the picture tag, and inside of that we can write the source. We can write the source tag. So just write the source. The source tag itself, we can take the media. So in this media, we can write like max width, or we can write the max width or min width. I'm just writing the max width. So I'm just giving this max width 1000 pixels. So you just give the gap here. So I'm just giving the gap for the 1000 pixels. So here we can write this. So here we need to set the image tag. So here I'm setting the src set. src set. So look at this one. I'm just taking the src set. Here I'm taking that we have a different images, right? So here I'm taking gale1 dot gale, or else you can take the nature dot jpg. So here I'm taking the nature dot jpg here. Now just copy this one. Just copy this source here. Just giving the here. Just giving like I'm just giving the 500. Now the src set, we just giving name. We just change this name to like we just give jellyfish here. jelly.jpg. Here I'm just changing this name to jelly.jpg here. So along with picture tag, along with source tag, so here the source containing 0 or more elements. So here I'm taking the 2 elements. So after that I'm taking this image, original syntax. In this image we can provide the src. So in this src we can provide. So here I'm just providing this. We have this gale image, right? Here I'm just providing gale image. So we have gale image, gale1.jpg. So after that I'm taking alt tag. So in this alt tag we can provide so girl here. So in this source also we can give the alt tag. So here if you want you can give this alt tag here. This alt tag image one, and here we can also give this one. So like we can take this one more alt tag here. This alt tag we can provide image 2 here. Now we can run this one on the browser. Just we can run this one on the browser. Look at this one. Look at this one. So here, so we having this gale1 image, this original syntax. So here we just give the max width 500. So we just decrease this size. Just decrease this size. Like I'm taking the width here. So width I'm taking 700. So height also I'm taking 700. Height I'm just giving 700. Now if you refresh this one, see, look at this one. So the gale1 image will be displayed here. The rest of remaining will be not displayed. If you decrease the screen size, so look at this one. If you decrease the screen size here, see, if you decrease the screen size, there you get the different images like. So like this, we can provide the different of images using this picture tag. So if you refresh this, we just decrease the screen size. We can increase the screen size. Again, it will go back to the original image. See, look at this one. It will change to like. So if you want to see this third image also. So here we have a developer tools. Go to this inspect and open this developer tools. So here, so we having this responsive. Click on this one. So here, there you get the responsive here. Just so look at this one. We can reduce the screen size. So they're having these two images, right? So sometimes it will not work. So if you want to work this one, we can reduce the size too. So here I'm just giving to 800 and we'll give this 500. So here I'm just giving this minimum minimum width. So here I'm just changing this min width. So here I'm just giving min width here. So min width and max width, these both are used for this media queries. If you refresh this one, so look at this one there, you get the image here like this. We can reduce this image. So here, so look at this one. Why it will display one image means if you are setting this minimum width here, minimum width 500 means so above the 500 to maximum width it will take this image only. So here we can also change this to max width here. Max width is like so max with 800 to 500 it will show the nature image. Max with 500 to 1 it will show the jelly image. Like this it will be provided. So if you refresh this one, so we can go back to the virtual position. So like this we can display the picture tag. So here we can reduce this one. So we can increase this one. Now it will shown in the right. We just give here. I'm just changing this to 1000 here. Like this picture tag will be worked in the HTML. Just refresh this one. So we can reduce this size. So here I just reduce this size. Look at this one. It will be changed. So it will setting the different types of images for the different types here. So it will sometimes it will not work like it does not work for expected. Why? Because if you are setting the we can calculate the medium width like mean width and max width. We can set the images like this. So we have we have map tag. So that will be explained at the time of the future in the future sessions. We'll explain the map element, how to create the map element.